Oh, hi, back on Triad Today. I'm looking at this sign I was just given. It says, turn off your engine. How about that? I want to learn what that's all about. It can't have anything to do with NASCAR because they say, gentlemen, start your engine. This has got to have something to do with something else. And we're going to find out exactly what that means. J. Paul, our director, we can meet our lovely guest, too, is returning here. Why she does, I don't know. She keeps coming back for the punishment. But we're glad to have Lorelei Elkins here. She's the regional coordinator of Triad Air Awareness. Welcome back to the program, dear.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I'm holding up this sign that says, turn off your engine. What I didn't tell the folks at home is underneath here, and I don't know if you can really see this at the bottom. I'm going to read it to you. Kids breathe here. Kids breathe here. That's why you should turn off your engine. Tell me why I'm holding this up and what it means.
Well, we've started a campaign to get these signs, excuse me, out at the schools in the pickup and drop-off lanes so the parents will know to turn off their car and not idle while they're picking up and dropping off their students.
Now, when did you figure out that this was a big problem? I mean, I've known all along that when you get in a long line and people get their tempers flare and oh, I wish I wasn't in this line. When are we ever going to get through? But I don't know that people were ever thinking about it from an environmental standpoint.
Well, the parents are lining up sometimes a half an hour, 45 minutes before school gets out and waiting for their child, and often they have the engine running the entire time. Now, this, of course, is a big waste of gas, and they'd be saving quite a few dollars if they did turn their engine off and maybe, rolled the windows down when it was warm or just brought a sweater or hat when it's cold.
Right.
But it's also impacting the health of the kids. We have, for the first time, an asthma epidemic in North Carolina, and a lot of it is thought to be due to the outdoor air quality.
So you've got kids who are walking outside to a situation where they're going to get into buses or cars, and these parents have been here for a half hour, 45 minutes, gunning it, or letting it idle. And so you're saying that the carbon monoxide and everything is going to be, it can choke the kids, it's bad for them. Right,
it's not good for them. It also blocks up traffic down at the end of the block where people are trying to get in through intersections. And if anybody's ever been near a school during drop-off or pickup time, they'll know exactly what we mean with the traffic issues.
All right, we have signs for the parents. We've already jumped on the parents, but now what about the school buses themselves? Don't they idle?
There's a policy, a North Carolina policy, where they need to turn the buses off when the kids are loading and unloading. Of course, diesel fumes are much worse for kids' health. Although we do have a program, and there have been a few grants where the buses are retrofitted with some diesel oxidation catalyst, which cuts back on a lot of those harmful fumes.
That'd be a good idea. Mm-hmm. I'm going to hold the sign back up because it reminds me of something I wanted to ask you, which is, where are these signs available right now? Are they just in certain schools, certain school districts, or what?
Well, right now, many of the schools around Forsyth County have them. They're available for any of the schools in the Triad region and around the state. You can find out about them a bunch of different ways we'll talk about later, but this is also available for municipalities, businesses, areas where you have a frequent idling of vehicles.
Oh yes, it would be good for anybody. And before I forget, let's get up some websites that I think will be helpful on this. One is www.triadair.org, and the other one is for PART, www.partnc.org. Of course, the former, that can give you more information on this, I assume, about how to get signs and what to do about this particular campaign. But as we see the PART logo on their website as well, it reminds you ought to be thinking about carpooling, you ought to be thinking about buses and this type of thing, and not even driving the individual cars to school to pick up, if at all possible. And you're big on carpooling too for that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You think more and more parents starting to look at carpooling, or do we have a long way to go?
I think we still have a long way to go, but it seems to be becoming more of the mainstream than it was even 5 years ago.
Okay. Well, that's good news. At least we're making a dent in this. Turn off your engine. Kids breathe here. Remember that, parents. Thank you for doing that, Laura.
My pleasure.
All right. We'll be right back after this.